Looking to buy a stacked NBA 2K19 account with a high overall and maxed out badges, make sure you hit up my boy Sports TMB. The link to his Twitter will be in the description. Click it, make sure you tell him that boy sent you, and he'll hook you up with the account of your dreams. What it do, what it does, YouTube? Dat boy back with another video. Now today we're not here to talk about the usual crap, okay? We are here to talk about defense, and we're here to talk about team defense. I see so many people that don't understand basic concepts of how to play defense on threes on the park, and some people, they ask me questions and then it turns into a long conversation. So I say, you know what, I'm just gonna make a video on it. All right, so if this helps you out, please drop a like on the video. Now, I will tell you, there's many ways to play defense on threes. This is the two strategies, or three or four I don't know how many. This is the strategy that I use. Okay, this is strategy that I use. You don't have to use it, but it is pretty effective. You guys know I win majority of my games. Not saying that I'm that great, but I play smart and I win majority of my games. Most of it, I feel, is because I play smart on defense and offense, man. So if this helps you out, please drop a like. We're going to talk about many things in this video. This is kind of just basic concepts. Honestly, I can go into more detail, but I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. So this is just going to be basic concepts, but let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you have to identify is the lineup you are playing against. The first lineup we're going to talk about is if they have two shooters. If they have one shooter, you're going to win. That's a trash lineup. So it's either two shooters or three shooters. You see, if you're playing against a lineup like this, two pure sharps and a glass cleaner, or any similar lineup, right, like a shot creator, a sharpshooter, and a athletic, or anything that has two people who could shoot consistent three-pointers, this is how I would defend it. So you see this play here, it looks pretty normal, right? Like, oh, he took a bad shot, but let's see exactly what happened on this play and how he defended it, okay? So first thing, as they come up the court, you're going to see how we're set up. Now, I call it 2-1. Whenever I see this lineup, I say we're playing 2-1. My guards match up against their guards, and I basically play as a free safety. Now, that free safety is not just somebody who stands in the paint. That drives me crazy when centers do that. You're there for many reasons we're going to talk about right here. So as this play develops, you see they're going to run something that most teams in park run. This is basically either a cross, they run like a bunch formation, whatever you want to call it. The guards can either go left or right. So this is how you defend it. Very simple. The guard that's on the right picks up whoever goes to the right. The guard that's on the left picks up whoever goes to the left, and I continue as the center to play free safety. So no matter if they cross, if they don't cross, whoever goes which direction, it's easy pickups. There's no confusion. Nobody's running into each other. As the play develops, everything's clamped up. This guy shoots a bad shot, and we're able to get the rebound. Now, this next sequence, you're going to see even more things develop, okay? So again, the setup remains the same. You're going to see here the 2-1 setup, but there's a lot more going on now. Now there's pick and rolls. There's an overload on the left side and all these other things. Let's go into detail about how we defended this. Again, the setup is the same, okay? It's a 2-1 zone is what I call it. Again, the guards match up against the other team's two guards. I am the free safety who sits in center field, ready not to just get rebounds. Watch how much I do on this play, and you might think it's nothing, but believe me, this makes a huge difference, okay? So they overload the left side off the start. Both guards are on the left. Both of my guards go on the left. You see, we're still matched up. Just because it's 2-1 doesn't mean you stay at the top and one guy stands on the left, one guy stands on the right. You have to match up where their two guards are. They're both on the left, both my guards on the left. I'm still in the paint, kind of inside that three-point area, floating as a free safety, but I want you to pay attention to how I position myself so that I'm ready to do what is required of me. I'm in position to get a box out on this glass cleaner. I am in position to get a rebound, hopefully on him. I'm also ready, if this big man sets a pick, I'm ready to step out and play pick and roll defense, okay? So you have to be aware of that. You're not just sitting in, your center can't just be sitting in the paint doing nothing. He's there as a help. He's a center field kind of free safety ready to help. Again, our guard on the right picks up on the wrap. He stays on the guard. Now it's me and my other guard to defend this pick and roll. As he comes off the pick and roll, I step out. I let him fight through. I get back to the center and I deflect the pass. So there's a few things when you're playing this 2-1 zone that you have to realize. As the center, or if you're a guard and you have a center playing with you, you have to make sure your center's active. He can't just sit in the paint and hope you guys are able to defend the perimeter as the two guards. In this situation here, one of the guards goes to the corner. So my guard goes with him, is now out of the picture. If the center sets a screen and roll, I can't be sitting back in the paint as the center expecting my guard to be able to fight through and defend the perimeter by himself. I have to be there ready to hedge out on the screen and be ready just to help him defend in general. Also, you have to decide, like in this situation here, are you going to hedge and then recover to the center, or are you going to full on switch and have the guard pick up the center? That's something you have to talk about as a team. The next lineup we will talk about is 3 shooters, okay? So the last one had 2 shooters and an inside center. This lineup here, something similar to what we're playing against in this game, is a little different, okay? So let's talk about how we defend this. Playing against a 3-shooter lineup is, in my opinion, a little more difficult to guard, and you have to be a little more sharp because there are now 3 players that can score from anywhere on the court, as opposed to only 2 players when there's an inside center that basically can only score in the paint. So here, we're going to look at this play that we just went through here, and we were able to defend this very well. You see, we clamped everything up. As the ball comes up the court, the setup is different, okay? There's no more center fielder. Everyone's responsible for a man, but we're still going to play sides on everything. We don't want any confusion. We don't want people running into each other and getting stuck. So playing sides on everything is the best way to defend these 3 shooters. You see there, they run a little pick and pop, if you will. It's very simple. You stay on your side and we pick up. They're all the same. They can all shoot. So there's no reason to fight through anything. You're always staying on your side and picking up the closest guy to you. Now here, the ball's in the paint. You cannot ball watch on the perimeter. Look at me and my teammate here at the top of the key. We are ready for what action they're going to run. They're going to run across. We stay home and we pick up the closest man so that there's no confusion when we cross. If you try to fight through stuff against 3 shooters, you will get stuck on either a teammate or an opponent, and you're going to give up an open 3. You have to play sides on everything. Otherwise, you're going to give up buckets. Now here, you have to realize that there's a lot of things they can do, and by playing sides on everything, you open up yourself to the to players cutting down the lane. So you have to be ready and understand who's going to pick up who. You're basically always picking up the nearest guy to you. Essentially, if you're on the left, you're picking up the guy that goes farthest to the left. Now, when somebody goes in the paint, that's when the communication really needs to take place about who's going to pick that guy up. Like here, my guy cuts, so I stay with him. We're able to still match up on the perimeter and get the stop. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about is rotations and bait or hedge. You call it bait or hedge, whatever you want to call it. These concepts however you want to play defense, if you want to use my strategy or not, these concepts are a must. If you do not understand these 2 concepts, then you will never be successful. Okay, so you look at this play here, it's a little chaotic and we're all over the place, but we're still able to get a stop. Now, the reason being, well, the haters in the comments are going to say because the team you're playing against is trash, but these are the guys from my yesterday's video, and they certainly are not trash. So let's look at exactly what happens on this play, okay? So the number 1 rule I use is we're not going to give up a 3, okay? Especially against shooters, we're not going to give up a 3. So I kind of hedge out too far here, but you're going to see what my teammate does here on the end, on the baseline. He cuts it halfway, okay? He cuts it halfway, allowing himself to not only cover the corner, but cover the cut, which allows us time, as the 2 players that got stuck on the ball, gives us time to recover. So this is where understanding rotations happens. As they hit the cut, the corner guy rotates down to the center. I rotate to the corner. We get a little out of sorts again, but again, you just pick up the closest guy to you. If I'm all the way on the right side of the court, even though my guy is the center, I'm going to pick up the ball that's all the way in the corner. The guy in the middle is going to pick up the center, and the guy on the left is going to stay with the guard on the left side. Pick up the closest guy to you. That's how your rotations are going to work. Defense is not always going to be perfect. You have to be able to improvise and still be on the same page. Now, the bait or the hedge that we're talking about here, my teammate gets beat off the dribble. You see me take 2 steps to the ball. Now, I have no intention of picking the ball up, because the number 1 rule is do not give up 3s, especially on park. In 3-on-3, you cannot give up 3. So I take 2 steps to the ball to bait him into thinking that I'm helping, and I'm able to recover back to the corner guy. You see here, he thinks I'm helping, kicks to the corner, I'm able to get there. We all rotate, pick up the closest guy to us. Matchups are not perfect. We have a guard on the center, but we're still there in good enough position to force a tough shot, able to get the rebound and get the stop. Now, like I said, this might seem very, very simple, and in all honesty, to me, it is very simple, but I see so many people struggling with these basic concepts on the park, so I wanted to bring you a quick video. It's already been freaking 10 minutes, so I'm going to cut it here. I could go on and get even in more detail about this, or talk about basic park offenses and things like that that'll help you guys out. You guys let me know what you want in the comments. Let me know if this helped you out, or if this was just, you know, if you already knew it or whatever. I'm sure a lot of people out there know this stuff. It's pretty simple, but getting 3 people on the same page to understand these defensive concepts, it's not the easiest thing to do. So you can show your teammates this to help them out. And like I said, I hope it helped you guys out, man. In all honesty, if you and your team, if you get 2 teammates and yourself to understand these concepts and do them consistently, you'll win 80 to 90% of your park games. Most people won't be able to score consistently against this type of defense, but let me know if you guys want the offense one or just a more advanced defensive one. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff, and I'm out.